ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहि तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहि। ओम शांति शांति शांति। भज गोविंदम भज गोविंदम गोविंदम भज मूढ़मते। अग्रे वह्नि पृष्ठे भानु रात्रौ चुबुकसमर्पितजानुः। करतलभीक्ष्यः तरुतलवासः तदपि न मुञ्चत्याशापासः। भज गोविंदम भज गोविंदम गोविंदम भज मूढ़मते गोविंदम भज मूढ़मते। To make yourself free, you don't have to exhibit. If you are trying to exhibit, definitely you are going to entangled by that object of exhibition. So the purpose of life is to make one's own self free. So free from what? Free from where you think that you are bound. It can be anything. It can be your family. It can be your wealth. It can be your name, job, friendship, relationship. Also here, spiritual practices. So here the person lives the life of austerity. Basically he is austere. And the main purpose is not to grow, not to make the mind available for the teaching or getting exposed to the teaching, but to show that I am a man of austerity. I remember there was a beautiful incident. It happened long back. So when I was like wandering, that time I was in Kurukshetra, got to know that there is one person, he does not eat anything, only in the like some liquid he drinks, and last 20 years he is surviving. I said, that's good, something really interesting to see and spend some time. And generally he is always available, people like to meet people, or he sits daytime, so nobody meets him in night time. I do not know what made me to do. I thought of going there to meet him in night time. And of course there was issue, they did not allow me. Finally I could manage it. And when I went, I saw he's having nice food, proper food. I reached wrong time. Perfect. He does not eat solid food in the daytime. You understand? So that is being removed. So he does not eat solid food, only drinks milk, because by only drinking milk he has been surviving more than 20 years. I went there with great respect to see him, to pay my respect, okay? But I discovered it's all the way around. And I came back where I was staying. Nicely I asked, hey, look, I went there. Why did you go there? Why? I said, I wanted to see. No, when did you go? I said, just now. Oh God, you have gone in right time. You must have caught him because he eats in the night. I said, you guys all knows? Of course we know it. So being a pilgrimage place, It is well marketed. Can you see? Can you understand the point what I am trying to say? And in any pilgrimage place, everything is completely market oriented. Any religion, please understand, makes no difference whether in Hinduism or Christianity or Islam or any religion. If you don't go to Rome, see what are the markets are available over there. Of course, I don't want to bring Islam, because better not get into controversy, because again fatwa, I am scared of fatwa now. So coming back here, so everybody does that. So they do market what is not, and they market well so that they attract people. This is the truth, this is the reality you have to understand. Because whoever does something for one's own growth will never exhibit. It is exactly like, please understand, when you are walking, suppose the cow dropping falls on you. Crow drops, brought the cow. Crow flying and something falls on you, okay? Now when that falls on you, definitely you will clean. While cleaning time, will you announce anybody, hey, look, I am cleaning? After cleaning, will you announce anybody, hey, look, cow did it, I cleaned, can you see now, how is it, beautiful now? Thank God, don't say this, okay? If you say, nobody will come nearer to you. That means when you keep cleaning, this sort of things, definitely you never announce anybody. This is the point to be understood. Now, whatever you are doing, austerity and other things, for what? For purification of the mind, for the availability of your mind. So if you are doing all these things just for purification or availability of mind, how are you announcing to the world? So that means if you are announcing the world, that means you are not doing for purification of the mind. Can you see the contradiction clearly? That's why sometimes marketing fellows are more dangerous. So that genuineness you have to understand, whether it is over marketed or communicated. There is a big difference, please understand. If somebody does for communication, perfect, nothing wrong in it. In fact, it is supposed to be done. It has to be communicated, nothing wrong in it. Because if you do not communicate, how people will come to know? But whether it is being communicated or it is marketed, and that too well marketed, nowadays not marketed, well marketed, that is one has to understand. Or else what will happen, as we saw this verse last time, that ratro vanhi prishte, agne vanhi prishte bhanyu ratro chubaka samarpita janu karatala bhiksha tarutala vasa tadapina munchati asha pasha. Please understand, you only know very well what are the asas, what are the hopes you do have, and how much your hopes are really frustrating you, depressing you, degrading you, that you only know, not anybody. In the eyes of others, you may be the best person, but for yourself, you know how stupid, how insecure you are. And if this is the case, that's why let me put effort. All these things are definitely useful for my growth, but not to exhibit and get the best result out of it. Okay, with this, let us look at the next verse. Another category, okay? This is not one category. There are different type of categories have been pointed out. Let us read the next verse. Kurute Ganga Sagara Gamanam Bhaja Govindam, because I lost the track, that's why. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate, Kurute Ganga Sagara Gamanam, vrata-paripālanamathavā, ज्ञानविहीना सर्वमतेन मुक्तिं न भजति जन्मशतेन भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते गोविन्दं भज मूढमते. Now here different type of thoughts have been highlighted. Different types of approach are being highlighted here. Because everybody wants to be a free person. From our childhood, we thought of becoming free from our parents. Then as we started growing up, not every child, because if you are one single child, definitely you are always pampered, so you can extract more and more from your parents, okay? That's another thing altogether. And as you start growing, you wanted to get freedom from education. I'm not telling you jokes, I'm telling you the truth. Especially in India and cases I'm talking about, always we look at how quickly we can pass the high school so that we'll go to university. Because in university, nobody is going to talk anything. You are completely free. Neither parents can ask you anything. Of course, professors cannot open their mouth because you are the boss. But nowadays, things have changed entirely. Coming back here, so you want to be free from study. Then you want to be financially independent. Freedom, financial freedom. Then comes, relationship, so that actually you go for relationship. That's the most important aspect in life. Very unfortunate thing happens. People do not know why you go for relationship. Because by going through, getting into relationship, by getting into relationship, you will have emotional freedom. That's the purpose of relationship. Relationship is not for sake of relationship. Remember, relationship is not for fun. I'm sorry to use this word very carefully. People think relationship is for fun. Relationship is meant for emotional independence. Because when you do not get into relationship, one aspect of you or few aspects of you bogs you, always binds you, always drains your energy. So the relationship helps, all sort of relationship. Whether is, this lover beloved, that is a relationship, means people think lover beloved, not necessarily. Please understand, even if also brother, sister, mother, child, father, sister, daughter, friends, all relationship helps you to overcome the emotional lacuna, emotional volatileness or emotional aspect that is not addressed, that is being taken care by the relationship. But unfortunately, people wants to go to relationship for two reasons. One is to have fun, and while having fun, they want to make sure security should be there. Security and fun, that is called relationship. That's why you are being beaten up by this so-called relationship. This is the main problem in relationship, what I have been looking at people. So here he says, please understand how this relationship confuses us to a common people and everybody is trapped. Here, everybody wants to be free. And each one tries to become a free person in a different way, in their own way. As you know, from your childhood, you have tried to escape, means that is not freedom. To get, you think you are free. To become free from your parents, you run. But you do not get a freedom, you escape for some time. And everywhere you have tried your freedom, but finally what happened? Only you could escape, you could run away, but finally you invited more and more problem. Now here comes spiritual aspect. Here is ultimate freedom. When we look for temporary relief, let us say temporary freedom or so-called freedom, there we do not get freedom, we just postpone, we escape, we run away. Here when you look at ultimate freedom, people do many things. They do take different type of practices, different type of values, thinking that these values will be helpful to be a free person. Again, that is also wrong. And he says, all the values have been discussed here. Kurute Ganga Sagara Gamanam. We have a beautiful concept. One is supposed to go to Tirthasnanam, pilgrimage places. Going to pilgrimage places is really worth. Why? We have different type of pilgrimage places. Because first we say, pilgrimage places generally, always first category of pilgrimage places is on the bank of river. So the pilgrimage places always will be related to a river. And what sort of river? The river that which helps more people. Means because of which river more people are being benefited. I will give you a beautiful example. There is a river in India called Brahmaputra. The source is one of the holiest place, Kailas Manasarovar. Mount Kailas and the lake is called Manasarovar, one of the holiest place. Happens to be the, residence of Lord Shiva. Amazing. But we never consider Brahmaputra as a holy river. Even the source of water, that water that comes from, the source is the holiest place, remember. People do all sort of effort to go and take a dip in Manasarovar. But that river, which is connected to Manasarovar, is not considered as a holy river. Amazing concept we have here. Because daily when we chant, during taking bath time, we invoke all the holy rivers. The natural things comes. Any ritual, anything we do, we invoke. What are they? Gangaisa Yamunesaiva, Ganga Yamuna, Godavari Saraswati, Narmada, Sindhu, even the only small portion of Sindhu is in India, most of now Pakistan. Narmade, Sindhu, Kaveri. There is no Brahmaputra at all. Why? Because Brahmaputra does not help people. In fact, Brahmaputra is called river, that river is called as sorrow of Assam. Always it brings flood. So it creates so much problem for people. How can you consider that river is a holy river? Whereas we give first priority Ganga. Because through Ganga river, because almost all India, imagine India is such a huge country, almost, more than, almost 50% of the India is being benefited by Ganga river. From here, where I am now, from here it goes till to Ganga Sagara, till Calcutta. Kurute Ganga Sagara Gamanam, that will see this point. So each river, when it benefits more people, based on that, the river is being given that, concept of that, this river is holy. And interestingly, whenever and wherever the river tries to go back to original source, indirectly there is a wheel pull. There has to be a bend and a wheel pull. Means the river is trying to go back to its source. We say tries to go upward again. That place is called as a tirthasnanam, holy place. Because when you see that place, it reminds you, even though the dharma of water, the natural tendency of water to flow down, but it tries to put effort to go back to its source. So that even though my sense organs, including my mind, are supposed to be extrovert, but I must become introvert. I must look within myself. That inspires you. That's why a pilgrimage place is being developed on the bank of river, where the river is trying to take upward journey. So while trying to take upward journey, there will be a small wheel pull definitely, or big, whatever. Then the river makes a bend. That's why wherever there is a bend, so bend place of the river becomes a pilgrimage place. This is the, technically people do not know, this is what, okay, you can see this. And around that temple and many other things will come up. And of course there is Tirthasthanam, these are the holy places. Also, if the idol is being established properly, when you say idol is established properly, it can be done by any great saint, or can by incarnated person God. That is also considered as a holy place, like Rameshwaram. In fact, what we call as a Makkah, Muslims, they do worship. That is actually Shiva temple, Lord Shiva Lingam. In fact, Shukracharya, the guru of demons, his name is Shukracharya. In fact, he had established that, and he had made it very clear, it should not be worshipped by others, it should be worshipped by demons. That's why a lot of video clips now has come out recently. That in Makkah, when they go close, and if you can see in the net, you will find out that Makkah inside is nothing but Lord Shiva. Shiva Linga is being worshipped. That's why that is again being accepted as a pilgrimage place. Just I am trying to say you how this pilgrimage places being developed. The purpose of pilgrimage place is this, that when you go to pilgrimage places, you charge yourself. That is the main purpose. Not to socialize, not to do anything. Because there are some pilgrimage places, I don't want to get into controversy, only to socialize. In fact, when you come back, you get depressed, okay? So here, beautifully said, Kurute Ganga Sagara Gamanam, one of the most important place of pilgrimage, where the river Ganga is meeting Indian Ocean. So we call as one of the Bay of Bengal. So the purpose is here, how the river doing everything loses happily its individuality, its existence, merges with the ocean. So when you go and you take a dip and spend some time, so it reminds you, hey look, you keep doing your thing, but your purpose is, to merge with the totality, being with the totality. Don't hold on to your individuality. Don't stick to yourself. Don't restrict yourself. So here he says, Kurute Ganga Sagara Gamanam, where it is supposed to remind you, hey look, Don't hold on to, don't strengthen your individuality. Okay? Vrata-paripālana. Different type of bows you take. Why do you take a bow? To polish your likes and dislikes. Again, to polish your individuality. Not to hold on to, not to stick to. Athavā dānam. You give charity, sharing, not charity, sharing. Why do you share? Because if you do not share, again your individuality becomes stronger. Your sense of security, because you are sharing your sense of security with others. Not share what is unwanted. You understand? Don't do like a child. Child has got many toys. Which toys you will give to the other brother or neighbor fellow? Which, first of all, he will not give. But if mother says, give, then what will? Which is not interesting at all. Pick up and from there, okay. And while giving, you will never look at that, okay? Because if he looks at again, there will be some type of attachment. So here he says beautifully that dhanam means you share your sense of security with others. So when you start sharing your sense of security with others, that means what happens? You are no more feeling insecure. That is the purpose of dhanam. And moreover, says, look, all these things you may do, which is supposed to be helpful to make you free. But remember, you are not going to get freedom either. Because all these things can lead you to more confusion. Like, I have done all pilgrimages all over the world. You understand? In fact, every year I go. I never miss. So you can take the pride. People do it. I have seen it. Like Kumbh Mela. How many Kumbh Melas is coming? Okay, next year. Kumbh Mela. I have gone to all Kumbh Melas. And this coming year is coming in Haridwar, okay? Okay, they have decided to do it. They will not bother about Corona, makes some difference. Coming back. So Kumbh Mela. So I have taken deep in every Kumbh Mela. People take pride. I am not telling you jokes. Nothing wrong in it. Once in a lifetime you must do it. It's really worth watching. Because a real exhibition, okay? If you want to see the real exhibition, you must see this. However, here, then Brata, I am always, in Bratam, means different board, different that, doing this, doing that. Always I am, following certain things. I am this, like that. I am Maunam, starting with Mauna Bratam. 24 hours I am silent. Fantastic. But deep within, always angry. So what is the purpose of, at least if you open your mouth, is better for others. At least they will understand what is happening in your mind. Outside you are Maunam, silent. But inside you are a noisy fellow. You understand? So what is the purpose of being Maunam? Not that you should not do Maunam, at least be Maunam so that others are happy, okay? You let there be, smoke inside. At least that smoke doesn't affect others, okay? That way it is good. But that is not helpful for you either. Same thing also, because you can announce the world, look, I am doing this, I am doing that. Dhanam also, you can call yourself that you are a great Dhani. I am a man of, because if you want to say charity here, I can very carefully say, I am a man of charity. Because charity has nothing to, just to establish your standpoint, your individuality. But dhanam is not charity at all. Dhanam, you have to use the word dhanam. Sharing your sense of security is called dhanam. That's why he says, all these things are fantastic, nothing wrong in it. But remember, this is not going to give you mukti, not freedom. All these are fantastic. Because this will be helpful for making your mind available, to prepare your mind. But this is not going to give you freedom. Jnana vihina sarvamatena, without the knowledge, without the teaching. Remember, all these things will create a complication in your life. Not that it is useless. Remember, nothing is useless. Because every karma has got its own reaction. Every karma has got its own phalam. It has to bring some good result to you. Definitely. There is no doubt in it. All these things definitely will bring some good result. But remember, what is your purpose? The purpose is what? To become a free person. So if you are looking mukti, definitely mere doing all these things is not going to be helpful. All these things are definitely required to make your mind prepared, to polish your likes and dislikes, emotionally get becoming matured. All these things are required for all these things. But mukti will come only by knowledge. Or else what will happen? He says, muktim na bhajati janma satena. If you keep doing, life after life, if you keep improving, remember, you may go to till Swargaloka or Brahmaloka. That is the last, okay? But remember, unless in Brahmaloka Brahmaji teaches you, still what will happen? Again you have to come back. But interestingly, in Brahmaloka you are assured Brahmaji will teach you. That is definitely. Teaching is there. 100% is assured. That means only here is highlighting this word. Knowledge only helps you. Or knowledge is the means for liberation, nothing else. That's why spend some time with knowledge. More of it we'll see tomorrow. Please close your eyes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Eva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste all of you. Okay, tomorrow is a Friday.